Matt, what is my name again? Oh yeah, Matt. Matt and Josh, you love comics. Arbitrary news of the week. Did you watch the Invincible season 2 part 2 Red Band trailer? Now you're muted.
Hi. We're off to a great start, and that's why we do a DIY here at Slinging Books, Talking Shop, Slinging Books. Oh, that's why. I haven't watched all the sets of episodes. I'm only halfway through.
You're
the
not
first
even
set
done
of
the
episodes.
part 1?
I know,
dude.
I'm sorry, but yes, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, okay.
You can just tell me what happens. It's okay.
No. There's some good stuff in part 1, season 2, part 1.
I'm worried about what's gonna happen to Alan, the alien. I'm only halfway. Does he come back as a robot or something? Something fucked up? I only saw his tubes get pulled, man. Now I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so part 2 starts on March 25th. So you still have almost a month to finish those episodes.
I might just do it today.
Well, you can't. I imagine you don't have much left then. What, 2 episodes left?
Yeah, it's like 2 episodes.
Yeah. Well, you're fine then.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. James Tynion, I think we're all aware of him as an author. Best-selling author behind comic books. He's also, I guess, starting his own little media empire. He's involved in Distillery, I believe, which is a publishing label, but he also has Tiny Onion. This is from Deadline, came out last week, or a week and a half ago, I guess now. James Tynion IV, the best-selling author behind comic books like Something is Killing the Children and The Department of Truth, past Friday announced the launch of Tiny Onion, an independent multimedia production company that will be active across the publishing, film, television, and animation industries. In a statement on Tiny Onion's unveiling, Tynion said, over the last 12 years, I've watched the comics industry from the inside, working alongside its best talent and biggest publishers, seeing the exciting ways that it can connect to other media spaces, and I've managed to work my way to some prominence. Now I have the chance to take everything I've learned and test out every way to make it work even better. Not just for me, but for the generation of creators coming up behind me. Backed by a seed investment from production company Lyrical Media, who's done How to Blow Up a Pipeline and Bruiser. I don't know those properties, do you?
Lyrical Media?
They've done How to Blow Up a Pipeline and Bruiser. Tiny Onion will manage much of Tynion's IP and is in the process of developing a number of properties for the screen. Amongst them is the Department of Truth, which Tynion will team on with Sister serving as executive producer. UTA, which reps both Tynion and Lyrical Media, will now represent Tiny Onion in media rights, where it will help the production company grow in its producing profile across film and television. In the comic space, the company is currently staffing up a full-service independent editorial and design team, which will seek to identify creative partners and elevate them, curating and packaging the titles before bringing them to companies' publishing partners across the industry. Tiny Onion will not operate as a publisher itself, but rather an independent creative services company with a footprint across publishers, including Boom, Dark Horse, Distillery, and Image Comics. Already introduced as part of the editorial team are Eric Harburn, formerly of Boom Studios, Courtney Menard, formerly of Z2 Comics, who will serve as director of production, and Jaslyn Stone, who will serve as director of communications. The winner of 5 Eisner Awards, Tynion is best known for his work on the Batman franchise at DC Comics, Black Label series The Nice House on the Lake, his independent series The Department of Truth, Something is Killing Children, and Wind. He has also written for DC Detective Comics, Justice League Dark, and Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover. From what I remember, Something is Killing Children, I think, is still at Amazon for development.
It's still, well, that's what I read last.
Yeah, so he's also... yeah, he's also doing, right now, one of my favorite comics going on called The Deviant.
Yes.
feel like this could probably be another thing he develops for TV. It seems like it would translate well. It's kind of got a Mindhunter vibe, but it doesn't. It's not. The premise is there was a serial killer in the 60s who was dressing up as Santa Claus, killing young boys and mutilating them. And now there's an author 30 years later doing a story on it. A journalist type comic book creator who wants to do a real book about it. But then, things ensue, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it probably would translate well to screen. And people are into, not that it's true crime, but people are into, crime. Murder.
They love crime.
Yeah,
and
so I feel like
murder.
this is one of the ones that he could probably develop along with the Department of Truth. Especially today. I don't know if it's the egg coming before the chicken, but there are some comics you definitely feel like were written with screen in mind.
Yeah.
Hoping of them. I suppose that's the the golden goose is getting it optioned and getting that cash for it as another revenue stream for making a comic. But
Das Cash.
yeah, some feel like designed first for television and maybe lacking a bit in the comic realm production wise.
But yes.
But the Deviant doesn't really feel like that. It feels well written for a comic. The art's really, really good. It's a distinctive style, but and not displeasing. However, you could envision it as a show as well.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably the best of both worlds, as opposed to, well, this clearly is made for TV and they're not putting a lot of effort into the art. It's more about, how it translates to screen. Okay.
Let's hope it doesn't become a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might. It might. Moving on. The Batman star Robert Pattinson rumored chop choice to play Case in Neuromancer adaptation. I'm going to preface this with I know nothing about the Neuromancer. So if people in the comments want to let me know whether this is a good idea or not, feel free.
I've only seen the cover. I have no idea.
Last year, a rumor did the rounds that Apple TV Plus was developing a streaming adaptation of William Gibson's seminal sci-fi novel Neuromancer, and we're now hearing that the project is taking some major steps forward. Though the show has yet to be officially announced, insider Daniel Rickman is reporting that Graham Rowland is on board as writer-showrunner, with J.D. Dillard, who did Sweetheart and Devotion. I don't know what Sweetheart is, but Devotion, I think, is that Jonathan Majors Korean.
And they said it was good.
Yeah, it's weird that this came up. So there's an author, one of my favorite history authors is Adam Makos, and he wrote Devotion and then developed it for a movie with Jonathan Majors and who's the other guy in it? Not Louis Pullman.
No, it's Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. And yeah, it's a good movie. It's got like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Other people think it's a good movie, but it did not do well at the box office. Surprisingly,
no, it did not.
Yeah, which is a bummer. Because he really, I hope it doesn't sour people on turning Adam Makos's books into like he does, straight history, like it's non-fiction. But he's such, I don't know, he's one of my favorite. He's so good at telling a story. That there might be there's another book they're talking about developing called The Higher Call. But anyways, if you like it's not World War II, it's Korea, but if you like planes and or period pieces with planes,
yes,
go watch Devotion. It's pretty good. Also based on a true story. Rickman has also heard that the likes of Oscar Isaac, Chris Evans, Taron Egerton, Miles Teller, there's a lot of different names in there.
Okay, yeah.
Jeremy Allen White, and they're just throwing it out the wall. Like, who's gonna stick?
Yeah, spaghetti, baby.
Nicholas Hoult were being courted for the lead role. The Batman star Robert Pattinson has the current offer to play anti-hero protagonist Henry Case. According to the character breakdowns, Case is a skilled hacker with a troubled past. His expertise in the technological underground makes him the perfect candidate for the mission, but his journey is fraught with danger and uncertainty. Case will be joined by Molly, a female aged 30 to 45. Molly is a formidable mercenary known for ruthlessness and combat skills. Operating in the physical realm, she serves as Case's protector and ally on his mission. And Armitage, a male aged 45 to 55. Armitage is a magnetic figure who hires Case for the mission. Former military, mysterious in nature. He brings a sense of gravitas and intrigue to the story. We also have a tentative plot synopsis. Neuromancer follows Case, a former data thief who is recruited for a dangerous mission by a mysterious employer in a world where cyberspace and reality merge. Case must navigate through perilous encounters with the help of Molly, a skilled street samurai with a penchant for danger. Together they embark on a journey that will test their limits and challenge very nature of reality. Neuromancer was Gibson's first novel, which is widely viewed as one of the most influential sci-fi stories of all time. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to read this book. Laying the groundwork for the likes of The Matrix and various other works in the cyberpunk subgenre. It's the only novel to win the Nebula Award, the Philip K. Dick Award, and the Hugo Award. The story was adapted by Epic Comics as a 48-page graphic novel by Tom DeHaven and Bruce Jensen back in the late 80s.
Oh, yeah, wow. Huh.
So, I guess Robert Pattinson probably has the time to do something else, given last I saw about the Batman 2 was no one's seen a script yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Be a little bit worried.
Well, I guess they do have some time. I mean, the Penguin can kind of hold out and come out this year, and then, 2 years later you get the Batman 2. I don't know if, although that Arkham Asylum thing is not part of the universe, but part of the new DCU.
Yeah.
We talked about that in a past video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess he's got some time. I don't know. And finally, for Arbitrary News of the Week, The Boys announced its official season 4 premiere date with new poster.
Yes.
Did you watch Gen Z?
Yeah.
So good. Apparently, The Boys season 4 picks up right after, like a couple days after the end of Gen Z. Break out the fucking confetti. We've all been dying to find out The Boys will be back on our screens. Prime Video has finally announced the ultra-violent comic book adaptation will return for its 4th season on June 13th. First 3 episodes will be available from the 13th, with new installments dropping weekly through this season finale on July 18th. The streamers also released a new poster featuring an alliance between 2 characters that is certain to cause major headaches for Billy Butcher and his team Homelander and the potentially more ruthless Victoria Newman. Though the trailer did give us some idea what to expect, specific season 4 plot details are still under wraps. We do know that the premiere will pick up almost immediately after the events of Gen V finale, with Homelander joining vice presidential candidate Victoria Newman and her running mate, presidential candidate Robert Singer's Jim Beaver in his campaign. But Billy Butcher will meanwhile doesn't have long to live after overdosing on Temp V in the season 3 finale. Thankfully, he knows about a certain super virus that was created in the Gen V's woods. Oh, really? Okay. Wait, do we know that he knew that? That wasn't
at the end. He was at the end of the episode.
Was there a post-credit scene that I missed?
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed it.
It's him walking into the clinic, and then it pans up to him, and he's like, "Well, what the fuck do we got here?" And then
maybe I did. Yeah, maybe I did watch that.
Did you like my accent? It was pretty good.
It's pretty Australian, mate. Anyways, along with this, they've already announced season 5 is a go. Which I think has already started filming.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
It starts filming April 8th. So another month-ish and a half. Yeah. Okay, so that is Arbitrary News of the Week. Appreciate you.
Yeah.